All right, let's get to the next topic, man. We've been fucking super chatting for like an hour. Let's thank you guys for your donos. We're gonna get into the last remaining bit after the last topic, and then we'll pick the winner for the game that we're giving away. Just to remind everybody, worst dad joke that gets picked so far. We got Magical, Gal Pal Val, Mauer, and Bliss. We got 4 people, so we're gonna see if anybody else joins the ranks, and then we'll pick a game. It'll be Hogwarts Legacy. Well, it'll be their choice: Hogwarts Legacy, Final Fantasy 16, Farming Simulator, or Black Myth Wukong, or actually Doom Eternal too. I have Doom Eternal to give away as well, so you'll have your pick of any one of those if you are winner. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about CD Projekt Red. Now, Smash, you did a video about CD Projekt Red recently. Maybe you could kind of start us off with this, but just to kind of give some context, I find it interesting. The reason why is because what was it, like a month ago or so, when the CD Projekt Red CEO called out Endymion, called him a liar, said this is like what did he say? It was like inflammatory headline or something like that, and basically rage baiter, like trying to say that Endymion was lying about there being at one point in time a mass exodus from CD Projekt Red, according to one of his sources, and that a bunch of people were leaving CD Projekt Red and making their own studio and whatnot, and that was all a lie. The CEO said that they had the lowest turnover rate, that nobody was leaving, nobody was quitting, blah blah blah, whatever. So then you made a video the other day talking about how not 1 but 2 studios were formed from previous CD Projekt Red employees. You want to give a little bit of context on that?
It wasn't just people were leaving that the CEO was calling Endymion out on. He was also saying like that they're not woke and stuff like that. And Endymion was like, well, here's all the receipts on your website calling how you're so woke too.
That was already proven to be a lie, like same day. Yeah.
But the craziest part was like the CEO was trying to like throw Endymion under the bus, make him look terrible. And people bought it right off the bat. They're like, oh shit, the YouTuber's a piece of shit. We knew it. And it's like, whoa. Just because he said something, which kind of blew my mind that people just take the word of someone right away without any research or any backing up.
Can we make a comparison really quick before you continue?
Yeah.
So those same people that will take the word of the CD Projekt Red CEO simply because he has the title of CEO are the same people that also are the ones that, took a vaccine just because they were told to. They believe CNN just because it's an official news organization. Like they see the title and that's what really matters to them.
I can't believe these niggas put John Legend out in front of black people and told them to take the vaccine. Did you believe that shit, Cater? John Legend. Fucking
John Legend.
John Legend.
Known child liker, John Legend. Yes.
Be the best you ever had. Get the vaccine.
Leon, everyone's talking over you.
Leon, what'd you say?
I said these are also the same people that, literally just a couple weeks ago were also celebrating the execution of a certain CEO.
Oh, yep.
Right. So, but that's the thing. So it's the people that they all they need is a title for them to believe. Like it has to be a title against an official capacity in order for them to believe any story. If these motherfuckers told them to go jump off a bridge, they probably would, as long as it's an official
As long as it fits the narrative of what they want to believe in.
Right. Because they turn, like you said, they turn on the Endymion real quick because they're like, oh, YouTuber versus CEO. The CEO's got to be the one that's telling the truth. Big Daddy Corpo would never lie to us, So anyway, continue.
Isn't that crazy? But yeah, so apparently CD Projekt Red over the last couple of years have lost a tremendous amount of very high level employees that worked on major titles like The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077.
Do you have an article on this, Smash? You do, right? Hold on.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all right. No, it's fine.
No, because I'm asking you for it, so I just completely forgot. Hold
on. But basically, 2 different studios have been formed. Both of them have had major backing with financing from one of them was NetEase, $17 million, I believe, something like that.
I want to go back to that, by the way. The fact that there's Asian companies investing in both of these studios, which I find to be very interesting. But anyway, we'll get back to that. Continue.
Yeah. Well, that's actually what I was just going to touch on. It's interesting how these people are leaving and they're getting backed by basically China and South Korea in both of them. One of them is called something Wolves. What the hell is it called?
Rebel Wolves.
Yeah, Rebel Wolves. There we go. The other one's called Blank Studios. But scroll down just a little bit. You got that guy right there. He was
Mark.
What's that?
I said he's a mark. That's all.
He's a mark?
He's a mark.
I mean, he was a big deal there. He was one of the top dogs at CDPR, and he left. And scroll down just a little bit. This is the craziest part. Who left CDPR right there after allegations of bullying, which he denied and was later cleared of. And this is one of those situations where it's like, isn't it? They don't have anything on you. So it's like, oh, I'm being harassed. And I'm like, man, that sounds really fucking familiar with what they do to me when I talk about stuff. They have nothing on you. So they just cry bullying. It's like, no, that doesn't work anymore. So basically, the wokies at CDPR were, you all right, Atreus?
Oh,
Bro, Atreus, I swear to God, if you keep making keep making noises.
The wokies at CDPR were like pushing this guy out of the company to a point where he's just like, fuck it, I'll just leave and start my own studio with hookers and blackjack. And he left and did it. And then other people went with him to start the studio with him. And there are some big talents from CDPR for that Rebel Wolves company. And the lesser of the two companies, from what I could tell, I could be wrong, but is Blank Studios. If you scroll down a little bit further, keep going. So everything about them, this is the NetEase funding, $17 million for them there. But you can keep going down just a little bit more to the other one, to Blank Studio. And Blank Studio, there's a lot of people at both of these companies. And Blank Studio wants to get, I believe, up to 70 people. So this is not like a small indie company. This is like a legit AAA corporation that has branched off from CDPR because they were sick and tired of the wokeness. Now, I have had people call me out saying, well, one of them has like a trans person working at one of the companies and this, that, the other. I'm like, okay, all I'm saying is what I'm seeing from the research is these people had enough of the direction that CDPR was going, enough to the point where they quit to start their own studios to make the games that they want to make. So that gives me hope. That's basically the TLDR for the entire story, though.
Okay. So number one, the Asian market thing, I find that to be very interesting. The fact that you got NetEase, and who's the other one?
Scroll down a little bit. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Take-Two?
No.
They're both Asian.
Keep scrolling.
One is South Korean, right?
Yeah, keep scrolling. Right there. Neowitz, the South Korean game company best known for Lies of P.
Which, love Lies of P, by the way. Lies of P is fucking fantastic.
It so is.
So you got Neowitz and you got NetEase. I find that to be very interesting because, again, we talk about it all the time. Western studios are literally just giving money away. Giving money away to the Asian companies, to the Asian studios, and they're eating their fucking lunch, eating their dinner practically at this point. And now I find it interesting that these two Asian-based companies are deciding to invest in non-Asian studios because they see the potential of whatever they might potentially be making.
Because these are the actual talent from CDPR that have left.
Supposedly, I mean, we got to see what they make, but yes.
Right. But what we're seeing right now is, and you already discussed it in great detail about Witcher 4 and Siri and how it doesn't fit the lore or anything. It's like CDPR doesn't care about that. They care about pushing an agenda forward, a girl boss narrative, and they have to make it work. They didn't even talk to the original creator of The Witcher that wrote the books and stuff.
Well, to be fair, they haven't talked to him for a while. Even in the previous Witcher games, they pretty much ignored him. He doesn't like. He's open. He's been on record saying he doesn't like the direction that the games took the story in some aspects. But they don't really care. I mean, they haven't really consulted him very often, if at all, when it came to the video game. So, but they try to. It's interesting. They try to portray this like happy relationship between him and them. But I mean, from what he says versus what they say, it's total opposite.
Yeah.
So who's lying? You know,
they're just pretending to keep up appearances. But yeah, you can tell they hate each other behind the scenes.
Right.
But yeah, as far as what I could tell from this, it certainly seems like CDPR, the people that they have been hiring, they got that Mary Kenny person that was pull every lever to insert the LGBTQ agenda. That person from I think that was Marvel's Wolverine came over to CDPR. So she's working on I think the follow-up to Cyberpunk. I'm not sure exactly. But point being is like the direction overall of CD Projekt Red, in my opinion, is not great. And I think they're going to be feeling the repercussions from that. It almost feels eerily similar to the very beginnings of the downfall of Ubisoft right now for CDPR.
Well, I think also too what it is when it comes to the writer and their relationship is, quite frankly, he probably feels like he got fucked, but it's really his fault, right? Because he sold the IP to CD Projekt Red for nothing, basically, because he didn't think it was going to be successful. And then obviously that's not true. So CD Projekt Red made out like a bandit. You know what I mean? CD Projekt Red essentially made out in the same fashion that Netflix made out with Squid Game when they bought Squid Game for fucking nothing, and that show popped off and made them millions upon millions of dollars. I mean, wow, that is one hell of an investment. So same thing with CD Projekt Red. So he's a little butthurt over that, but even so, they're not going to reference it for much because they don't have to.
Right.
They own it, so they can do whatever the fuck they want.
And a lesson to everyone out there: don't ever sell any of your properties without getting residuals forever in the future on anything.
I dare say, Smash, don't sell your creation out, because that sounds like a sellout to me.
Well,
I mean, he took a lump sum. That's the problem.
There's always reason to sell something, like not always, but
Ryan,
just because you sell something does not mean it's an inherently bad move.
Right. Ryan, Notch sold Minecraft to Microsoft for $2.5 billion, I believe. Would you say no to that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Get the fuck.
Stop lying.
You're white.
Have you
seen
you guys?
Not only are you lying, but you're not talented enough to come up with anything like Minecraft. Like, that's a twofold lie.
Where's my clip?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Dude, you would sell the rights to Microsoft for like 2 cheeseburgers
and a 2-liter Coke.
I'm talking to Americans about money. Of course, they're going to call me a liar.
You have no money.
Exactly, and I'm perfectly fine with that.
Ryan, if Microsoft said they were going to give you $2 billion for one of your properties,
imagine
you would
me
sell
as a fucking
it
billionaire. There'd be chaos.
No, it wouldn't. I could totally see you being a billionaire. You even sound like one already.
You'd be doing the same thing
Honestly,
you're doing now.
I could just see Hypno convincing you to give him power of attorney, and I would love to see that.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh yeah. But no, it's one of those things where he fucked up. He did a lump sum. He didn't do residuals. And he had no faith in it. He thought it was not going to do well, which is kind of crazy, bro, because it's like you're the author of this IP, and a studio's coming to you wanted to make that IP into a video game. They clearly see potential in your product, and you don't see potential in your own product. That you just like, all right.
So his whole aim was specifically money. So he sees a lot of money. He's just like, oh, I'll take it for that much. And he didn't think that it was going to make anything.
Yeah, but you got to get residuals on that, man. So that way, in case it does take off, you at least have that kind of,
Just for those people that don't understand, like residuals, Harrison Ford took residuals for Star Wars, which means he doesn't have to be in another Star Wars movie at all. If anything,
he doesn't have to be in another movie at all.
Damn, can he finish his comment? I was interested.
Sorry.
That's basically what I was about to say. Is like he doesn't have to be in another Star Wars production like at all. Like they sell some Star Wars stuff, he gets a cut. Basically, that's all. Like the rest of it
doesn't it have to be Han Solo related though?
Well, it has to be related to, I would imagine, the original trilogy, because
no. I'm saying I would have thought that it would have had something. It would have had something to do with his character. It can't be like, oh, we just sold a Darth Vader toy. He has to get a piece of that, right?
I mean, maybe they were pretty fucking desperate to get him back, so they could have made some pretty insane.
It might.
I can see them giving him that now, but what I'm saying is, like in the beginning, there's no way they said, "Hey, anything Star Wars we sell, we'll give you a piece of it." No way.
Could be.
By the way, just real quick, Harrison Ford, you saw him at the Game Awards, old as dirt. I saw a movie trailer before Sonic with him in it, and I'm like, what? He's actually acting cognitively. And I'm like, this movie must have been filmed like 4 years ago because that guy's old as dirt.
No, Harrison Ford isn't out of it mentally. He just doesn't. He's famous for not giving a fuck.
He doesn't give a shit. He's usually always high.
Was it? Oh yeah, Captain America, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Captain America.
I don't know if he was high.
Captain African American, yeah.
He was,
Yeah, Captain Black Falcon America.
yeah. But he was definitely shit faced at the Game Awards.
I'm looking at this. So who's making Witcher 4 gays, truths, lesbians, cucks? What the fuck is this?
So evil,
found
basically.
this on
Did Andy Pants make that?
I don't know where it was because someone shared it with me a DM, so I don't know where the original source was. I was looking for it because I wanted to talk about it in my video, and I couldn't find it, so I'm like, "Fuck it, I'll just throw it into the article."
Bro, that's wild, bro. Anyway, to go back to what we were talking about.
That picture is factual. That's what's crazy about it. That's not like a joke.
Well, that's why it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So let's go back. So ultimately, the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because of the topic of believing these people just because they have the title, and Endymion getting proved right again, even though we already knew he was telling the truth in that aspect anyway, because you could just know that people already knew this has been happening for months now, even longer than that. People knew that they had left to make their own studios and whatnot. But the fact that compiling all this information, everybody's quiet now. All the people who called him a liar, all the people who called him a grifter and all that stuff, of course, they're quiet. Now all of a sudden they want to just move on and pretend like it never happened. It was never said. And it's ridiculous, man. The fact that there's people out there thinking, oh, wow, the CEO made a statement, it must be true. You know, it's like, bro, stop believing these people. These people have been caught lying all the time. They've been caught lying about the video games they work on. What were you saying?
They want to be right so bad because they've taken so many L's that as soon as there's a hint of, oh, we're right, finally, they grab it and hold on so tight and run with it.
Yeah, that's true.
No, that's why you get all the L's.
Yeah,
it's like what's his name? Who made that? Was it Schreier? I think it was Schreier. Schreier made the post about Dragon Age: The Veilguard, like, oh, go all the way to the top of the charts
Jason
or whatever.
Schreier,
And that motherfucker deleted it within a week. He's like, oh shit, let me back out quick. It's like, bro,
did he also say he didn't play the game anyway?
Yep.
Yeah,
say that too. Yep.
So these people, bro, like you can't. I'm not saying believe us all the time, and I'm definitely saying don't believe them all the time. Just listen to the information, make up your own mind. You're an adult. We will always treat you as such. They might not, but I will always treat people as such. You know, these journalists, they want to preach at you, they want to yell at you. These CEOs, they want to tell you whatever makes them benefit the best. And it's the same thing I said about Suicide Squad. Same thing I said about what's the other game? X-Defiant. Yo, motherfucker on X-Defiant was like, nope, game is fine. We're all good. And we got content planned for months. He might have thought that. Clearly somebody else did it because they shut that shit down 2 weeks later.
Yep.
You know, and people were trying to, and same thing happened, right? So I made a video talking about X-Defiant, how I believe it's going to shut down. And just looking at the information, I think it's not going to last very long. People calling me a liar, people calling me a grifter, people calling me everything under the sun. And the reason why is because they're like this, the director or whatever the guy's name was, because he's got the title and because he said, nope, the game is fine, then I'm just a liar, I'm just a grifter, and I'm just a hater, and I'm not telling the truth, and whatever the case would be. So just stop paying attention to these people's fucking titles and realize that what they tell you is always in their benefit. Always. It's always going to be that way.
Yep.
So same thing here. And Endymion once again was proven true. He was proven true about the woke shit with CD Projekt Red, which we already knew. All you got to do is go to their website. They got a literal DEI fucking section on their website. Look at their Twitter page. They talk about it half the time anyway. And now he was proven right about this too. And it's fucking ridiculous because nobody's ever going to retract what they said before about him. So
100%. Yep.
That's the reason why I wanted to bring it up. Overall, though, in terms of these studios separately, like I said, I got a little faith. And what I said on my stream, listen, I don't know if your B-roll footage, Smash, where did you get that from?
From
like that was their studios?
That was CD Projekt Red.
That was their studio, or was that a CD Projekt Red studio?
Well, it was both in the video. I had some CD Projekt Red, and it was also Rebel Wolves had their grand opening video from a year and a half ago, and footage from that.
Okay, so the grand opening video is the one that I probably saw. The two trans people in the trailer. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't notice it. No.
That's crazy. I noticed it right away. I fucking paused and enhanced on it right away. I was like, wait a second.
Enhance.
Literally. And like I said in my stream, I'll pull up the video just so we could have a reference. But in terms of like there being trans people on the team. Listen, man, trans people got to work too. As long as you're not an ideological fucking psychopath and you're not going to try to make all these, all this nonsense into the game, I don't give a fuck what you are. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of the conversation. I don't give a fuck who you sleep with, what your politics are, sexuality. I don't care about any of that, bro. Are you making the game? What? Tell me about the game. Tell me about the characters. Tell me about the story. Oh yeah, it's about gender trends. No, I'm out. You know what I mean? But if you're not doing that nonsense, then whatever. I don't give a fuck. You got to prove your merit. That's the whole point. Prove your merit. Unfortunately, people in the community don't exactly do that very often, but prove your merit.
There is a massive.
God damn, Smash it loud. Hold on. Let me.
There is a massive penis in my hand with my power glove.
I
had a
massive. This big ass
dream.
bitch Shirley just came across my screen and she's fucking massive.
Word, let me see that. Send that to me.
Damn.
Not even the massive that you like, nigga.
Oh no, never
Hold
mind.
on. So number one, boom, right there.
Oh yeah.
Demon.
Pretty quick, easy spot.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Nose ring, muscular neck, biceps.
Look at the bald guy looking down at it.
The Adam's apple is wild.
Oh, I didn't even catch him looking down. He's like, damn, I want some of that sweet, sweet man ass.
Pussy.
Look at this.
Let me get
Sweet
some of
demon.
that
Like
pussy.
that's the Ethan Gash on the
Look like his eyes are actually closed. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Nah, he looking down, bro. He definitely wants that. Yeah, pretty obvious. I mean, he got bigger veins on his hands than I do. That's crazy. So,
good guess.
and he's got the fake titties. You know, they use those cups things.
God, imagine getting dressed in the morning and doing that shit. Like that's fucking serial killer stuff. Like,
Yeah, but I see that and I think it's wrong.
Right, and that's fine. You can definitely disagree with the lifestyle. Like obviously I do too. But I'm saying like, all right, if this person's working on a game, if they're meritly there and they do a good job, then I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But unfortunately, we are, again, and there's nothing wrong with this, we are programmed through pattern recognition to see shit like this and immediately think, oh wow, okay, this studio might be compromised, at least to some extent. But I mean, it's the gaming industry. If you work at a studio and you don't find an ideological psychopath in the gaming industry, you're probably not in the gaming industry because they're everywhere. For the most part.
Do you think that Indiana Jones would have performed better if it wasn't for that trailer that did with the modern
slightly.
I just feel like the whole advertising for that was fucking terrible. Like they didn't even let people know what was even happening. The game came out early for people that paid more.
I think they think Game Pass is going to sell everything, and I mean I don't know. I'd be interested to see their numbers.
That's what I was arguing with someone because they're like, oh, why would anybody buy the game? It's on Game Pass. Clearly, you don't know that, grifter. I'm like, so you mean to tell me that Indiana Jones, this game, is a Game Pass seller? You mean to tell me that people are running out there to go subscribe to Game Pass to desperately play this game? No. This is a Game Pass maintenance game, meaning like this is just a game for them to throw up there to say, hey, keep subscribing to us. But it's not going to garner any new subs. Right. Not many.
Stalker 2 got 1 million sales and it was on Game Pass, so that doesn't matter.
Right. None of that shit matters. It's a cope. It's all a cope for people who are like, oh, that explains the low numbers. No, bro. But to answer your question, yeah, I think it would have sold a little bit better. But I think, unfortunately, the Indiana Jones brand was heavily cooked by the movie. I genuinely believe that. I think the brand was cooked by the latest movie, and people are just kind of. It's a little bit too soon, unfortunately.
It's not just people are done with it because of that, but there's an entire generation of active gamers right now that don't even know what the fuck Indiana Jones even is.
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
That's true.
I mean,
Stop.
That is true.
Dude, 20-year-old, 25-year-olds never even heard of it.
That is true.
Well, no, Indiana Jones,
the entire college population that is
Leon. You have to understand there are people younger than us. They don't know shit.
Yeah, you got to top of the mindset.
If there was people younger than us and there was no market for this, they wouldn't have made this game. They have pretty consistent.
What?
What
are you talking about?
You know, a lot of confidence in Microsoft right now.
Bro, there's no market. There's no market for Dustborn, and that
everyone
game
that's
got
played
made.
the game, whether you be woke, anti-woke, whatever, has all said it's a good rendition of Indiana Jones. It is one of the most popular IPs in the world. It's still Lucasfilm. It's still Harrison Ford. No, Indiana Jones is one of those long-lasting, effectively evergreen IPs. Now, I agree with Hypno in that the most recent film did ruin the game's sales because people have been burned on it. But the fact of the matter is, they made a 5th movie because there was a market for it. The movie just
There was
sucked.
no market for that
Exactly.
movie.
What are
Nobody
you talking
wanted it.
about?
That's why they didn't go to watch
Leon
it.
sounds like one of the suits in the boardroom right now. Trying to sell it.
The whole point
Like,
that
oh,
movie
everyone
failed.
knows about this game.
is-
It's gonna sell like crazy, you guys.
The movie
I didn't
failed
say
not
it was gonna
only
sell like
because it
crazy. I
was
never said. I said there's a market for it, and if the 5th movie hadn't burned the goodwill of indie fans, it would have sold because everyone that's played it,
forgetting
whether
Crystal
woke or
Skull?
anti-woke, have all agreed it's a good game.
Well,
Yes,
here's
but
a
are you
here's
forgetting
two big
Crystal
problems.
The game is very positive.
There's two big problems.
Just
in my
because it's a
opinion.
good game, don't mean there's a market for it.
The one big problem. Hold on. There's one big problem, and that is obviously the marketing was terrible, really bad with the whole modern audience shit. You're really fucked up
Absolutely.
there. I'm not even including
Well,
the
to be
Disney
fair,
ruining.
Everyone forgets this, Hypno. The modern audience thing, that was where it originated. That was the first time it got said. So it's
No,
not
it wasn't.
like,
No,
No, it
no,
wasn't.
no, no. That was not the first time it got said because we all freaked out about holy shit, we can't believe that there's like going with this narrative. We'd been saying it, and there have been some small indie studios. It was the first time a big developer
Yeah,
said
that
it
was
in
the
such
first
an
time it came
obvious
from
way
it, right.
with like the rainbow hair and pride flag. It was so on the nose, but it was not the first time it was said.
Well, the marketing was the big one big fuck up, and in my opinion, you could agree disagree. The second biggest fuck up for this game that's holding it back is that it's first person.
Yeah, I will agree
think
with that. Making it first person was a mistake. Yes.
This game being first person in the Uncharted style of game, because let's be real. Yes, Indiana Jones is obviously been around a long time, well before Uncharted. I get it, but people when they see gameplay like that, they think of Uncharted. They think of an Uncharted style game. So to have a game like that be first person, I think it turned off a lot of people. I think they would have much preferred it to be a third person adventure game, which they didn't get that. So that I think is a massive turn up. So those two things together between the marketing and the first person.
To be fair, you could say the same thing about GoldenEye on its N64, where you can't see Bond, and it's like that game.
No,
Totally different time period though.
It's not the same.
No, not even that. Like being James Bond and being a spy. I mean, those weapons and stuff like that fit as a first person shooter. We're talking about swinging around on a rope.
Yeah, but I give him credit for trying something different, though.
I like how the black dude won't say whip.
Swinging around.
Finally, he said something funny. It took 2.5 hours to make it happen. But yeah, I think those are the two major fuck ups. So again, I'm all for trying new things with games. That's fine, but like you should have read the room. Like that's what I'm saying. They should have read the room with this one and realized this would have been a really good third person opportunity for an adventure game, especially indie. But it's just not there as a first person game, in my opinion. That's what turned me off about it. Right? Even if I'm ignoring the modern audience shit, which I can't, but even if I was looking at this, I've said it since the beginning. First person is like, what? Like, why would I? That does not look interesting to me whatsoever.
I agree with that completely. My only argument is that people are saying that the IP of Indiana Jones is dead, or that people don't know what it is anymore, like Smash and Kata. That's fucking retarded.
No,
Like,
it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. You go
Because-
maybe in your neck
Indiana
of the
Jones
woods,
is
everybody knows.
Regardless of what you guys think about it, it's like a factually accurate statement. Indiana Jones is one of the most famous IPs of all time. It is right up there with things like Star Wars and Jurassic Park.
That's not what
There
we're
is no
saying.
such
That's
thing.
not what we're saying. What the saying is
Yes,
dead.
it is. If you say there's not a market for it, it's one of the most famous.
It's clearly
IPs
not a
of all
market
time.
for it
There
if
are
nobody's
always
playing the
more
game
famous
or
IPs
watching the
of all
movies.
time.
If nobody watched the movie, how is there a market for it?
Bye,
watched the
Smash.
movie because
Bye.
nobody watched the movie because it's Lucasfilm and people have been burned on Lucasfilm for 10 years. Star Wars is not making money. Indiana Jones is not making money. All these products that come from Lucasfilm and Disney aren't making money because we've had a decade of being burned on them.
No.
Not
So that means
because
there's no market
popularity
for it,
of the
right?
IP.
Guys,
In your neck of the
So-
woods, maybe.
So that means there's
Subscribe
no
to
market
Smash
for it.
JT.
If you come out here in anywhere in the southeast region and ask anybody younger than the age of fucking 40 years old who Indiana Jones is, they're gonna tell you who the fuck?
I'm sorry, Atreus, you're retarded. That's a fact. It's literally one of the
No.
most
Get the
famous
fuck out.
IPs of all time. That's like
I'm-
saying,
listen
ask
to me.
someone younger than 40 what Jurassic Park is. They won't know. Are you
Time
fucking
out.
retarded?
time out. Smash has to go. Smash. I just wanted to show you this is the second tranny. I don't know if you saw this one.
Oh,
but
damn.
this is,
I missed this one too. Holy shit.
yeah, this one's really obvious. I mean, the other one was obvious, but this was really obvious. I just wanted to show you before you left.
I think
So-
here's the thing. Yeah, I do need to get going, but
Yeah, do your
I almost worry about like the they start off all nice, like, oh, I just want to work on this game, and then once you give an in, that's when they start pushing and pushing and it's like eventually we get to where we are here. Anyways, yeah, thank you so much for having me tonight. I got to hop off because I got stuff going on with the family, you know, still got some holiday stuff, and the wife is wondering where I am, and I'm like, I got some stuff here that I'm trying to deal with. So I appreciate you guys. We had an amazing time tonight. And I am very, very grateful and thankful for all you guys. What an incredible year it's been. Hypnotic, you're crushing it, man. Atreus, you too. Leon, Ryan, you're gonna get there eventually, man. I mean, everyone's doing great.
I fucking believed in you, man, before anyone else knew.
Sorry, I had to. No, I love you guys. No, this is great. Thank you so much for having me. And as far as upcoming content, I'm going to be taking a few days off with the family, and I should be back hopefully by next week, but we will see what we conclude. But I want to make sure I make time for the family in my life too, because it's been go for a while now. So thank you guys so much for everything. I appreciate you.
Fair enough, Smash.
Shout out.
We'll see you next year.
For sure. Much love, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Bye.
Bye for now.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. That's basically it for that topic. Last comments. You guys still want to argue about indie?
Yeah, Leon, you're fucking retarded. There is not an audience for the Indiana Jones IP in the movies or in the games, because if that was not the case, when the game came out, it would have sold more than it did. When the movie came out, it would have sold more than it did. That's just the bottom line.
All right,
There are people, I'm telling you, there are gamers out there that I know.
You're saying there's things like there's no market for, again, Jurassic Park, or there's things for no market.
That's not what I'm saying.
Star Wars. Yes, because these IPs are of equivalent popularity. There will always be a market for something that's popular. Whether that market is capitalized on or not is the difference. I will say it wasn't capitalized on properly. That's true, but there is a market for it.
That's not true. There are literally people that I've spoke to that do not know what Indiana Jones is. There are people that have no idea.
Outliers, but those people are outliers.
They're not. They're not. If you go, there are so many younger gamers out there and younger people out there that have no fucking idea what Indiana Jones is. I am telling you this for a fact. There are people that have no idea.
2 more minutes of this
because they play games, they watch anime.
Hold on.
You got 2 more minutes of this.
Oh, God,
so hurry
he's
up.
Gonna try to bring up statistics when we've seen both
2 more
the movie
minutes.
and
Hurry
the
up.
game fail.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It is in the top 30 highest grossing IPs of all time as of today.
I'm sure it is.
In the top 30 of all time.
Leon. Do black women care about Star Wars?
No,
stop. Just answer the question. Wait. Hold on, wait.
Just fucking Star Wars game to black women.
Oh my God. Do black women care about Star Wars? Yes or no?
No.
No, but that doesn't mean
Okay,
anything.
so stop. Okay, so if the driving market was black women lately since they're the fastest growing demographic, which we know is a lie, but if there was a driving market coming from black women, would Star Wars still be one of the most profitable RPs of all time?
But that's not a driving. No, that's not how markets work, Atreus. You tailor your products to.
No, what I'm trying to tell you is the market changes. Maybe 5-10 years ago. Maybe 5-10 years ago, I wouldn't even be having this argument with you. I'm not a big Indiana Jones guy, but I'm aware of who he is and what he did for the culture when he was here. What me and Kato are trying to tell you is, I'm gonna speak for myself. In the Southeast region, there is nobody. Maybe south of Georgia where they still hang and lynch niggas, but here in the Southeast regions, there is nobody who is even thinking about Indiana Jones. That's why I was surprised that it flopped, even without the
white dude in the Midwest who's not thinking about Tiger Woods 99% of the time. But that doesn't mean I'm not aware of the motherfucker. But people wouldn't.
Okay. Are people aware of the name? Yes. But if you go into any black house right now in the Southeast region, you're not going to see any Indiana Jones.
Wait, I understand what's happening.
Population, I wouldn't be worried about marketing.
I understand what's happening. Wait. I understand what's happening. This is great. So we're seeing a live example, right? You ever see it when you play a video game and the video game is super buggy, right? Super buggy. And you see everybody complaining about how buggy it is and shit, right? But you always got that one person who wants to comment and they're like, well, It's not affecting me, so nothing's wrong with the game. Y'all just I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't see no issues here. Nothing's bothering me. You know what this is? This is because since black people don't watch indie, that means nobody watches indie.
No. I'm glad. I knew that's where you were going with that.
Makes a lot of sense.
But somehow, just let me make one point. Somehow, Leon and Atreus are both Americans, despite having two vastly different points of view about a franchise, a movie franchise that is fundamentally American, in my view. Just wanted to get that out there.
It's a dead franchise. It is not transcended generations. As somebody
I want to go back to the black comment. Yes, I made a comment about black, but in the Southeast, yes, I made a comment about black households, but in the Southeast region, the culture here. Never mind. We can go on to the next topic because we be going into this.
We
don't have a next topic. We got super chats and we're gonna pick a winner.
It's a dead franchise, bro. Because if it wasn't, then the last movie wouldn't have flopped as bad as it did. That's just how it is. It's the Indiana Jones is a literal dead franchise. It is not transcended to a different generation. There's an entire generation of people that would rather watch anime and play video games, and they have no fucking idea who Indiana Jones is.
And how come every single re-release of the classic films are sold out? And I've gone to these re-releases, and it's not just old fuckers like us. There's teenagers there. There's people bringing their kids there. The DVDs, the box set. There are sales figures, modern sales figures for these. What the reason the new movie didn't sell is Phoebe Waller-Bridge is box office poison. Everything she has touched has turned to motherfucking just desperation and lack of box office receipts. There's a wokeness issue. There's a disturbing, or not disturbing. There's a justifiable hatred of Lucasfilm and Disney as companies. It has nothing to do with the Indiana Jones IP. It has to do with the fact that people have woken up to what Disney and Lucasfilm are. Indiana Jones falls under that umbrella. However, when you look at the Indiana Jones game or the IP as a whole, it is a loved IP. It is a well-known IP. It is still one of the most famous IPs to the name, which means there will inherently be a market towards it. I don't like modern Pokemon. That being said, Pokemon is still the biggest IP in the world because it still sells.